Hi there, I'm Cheryl, and I have a funny Father's Day card to share with you today. You see that? Look at those crazy birds, and that's what they're called, crazy birds. It's a Tim Holtz stamp, and I combined that with the Dad Jokes stamp set from Stampin Up to make this card. So, and then on the inside it says here, Dad, did you get a haircut? No, I got them all cut. Good one, Dad. And on the inside it says, sigh. Love you, Dad. Happy Father's Day. So, in my family, we like funny cards. So I thought this would be a funny card. Probably my daughter will give that to her father for Father's Day. So we're doing a bigger card than normal today. And I've got a piece of Whisper White thick cardstock, and this is 7 by 10 inches, and then it's scored and folded at 5 inches, so it's a 5 by 7 card. So it's still mailable. They have up to envelopes that are like 6 by 9 if you wanted to mail it. I think they have 5 by 7s too. Pretty sure I have some of those. Anyway, and I also have couple other pieces here, Whisper White. This is about 3.5 by 5. As you see, I'm using my scraps up. That's for the birds. And then I have another little bit here that I trimmed off of somewhere. And I'll use that for the little sayings for the front. And then from the Petal Passion Designer Series paper, they have this cool little wonky dotted paper. I'm using that, and a piece of Bermuda Bay. Oh, this is 4 by 6, and this piece of Bermuda Bay is 4.25 by 6.25. And then, like I said, we're using the Dad Jokes stamp set. So there's sigh, good one, Dad. Dad, did you get a haircut? The Happy Father's Day. No, I got them all cut. I think that's all we're using. Anyway. Oh my goodness, I'm missing one out of here. Uh-oh. That's not good. I'm missing several of them. Oh, and it's probably the ones that I need too. Let's see. No, I got them all cut. I need that one. And good one, Dad. I need that one. And oh, I know where they are. Okay, so let's see. Oh, now I'm all confused. Okay. So I need the one, Dad, did you get a haircut? There it is. Okay, there's those 3. I have the other ones for the inside of the card. I have them on my Tim Holtz platform here. You see? There they are. I found them. I know you're thrilled that I found them. And then I have the Tim Holtz Crazy Birds, and this is the larger set. There's a mini set. This is the larger set. So I'm using this one and this one from the Tim Holtz set here. Wow, I'm glad I found those stamps. Okay, and I have a whole bunch of markers. Let's see, I'm using Bermuda Bay, dark. I'm using the light and dark pumpkin pie and the light and dark Daffodil Delight. I have 2 pair of scissors, you may have noticed. One is a longer pair of scissors, and the other is my little fussy cutting scissors. I have to fussy cut the birds. I have my Stampin Dimensionals here. I have Tombow glue. I have my Memento Tuxedo black ink. And that's very important because this is the ink to use when you're coloring with the alcohol markers. So these are the alcohol the blends that I'm using, not just the regular markers, the alcohol markers. But Tuxedo Black, well actually any of the Memento, just the Memento, no fancy deluxe or anything like that. That's the ink to use when you're going to color it in with your alcohol markers. That's very important. Okay, so I have Calypso Coral and Bermuda Bay inks for all my little words. Okay, so I need a place to put my, you know what? Let me stamp my birds, and then I can stamp the inside of the card too, and I can put this platform away because I have it sitting on my lap right now. So where did my papers go for the birds? Up here maybe? There they are. So let me put that word one away. Get this ink out. And I need a block to stamp with. Let's see, these guys need a pretty good sized block. I happen to have one here. I'll ink that up real good with the Memento Black. And oh, he just fits nicely right there. 2, 3, and up, and there's the daddy bird. And this could be a little boy or a little girl bird. And stamp him right there. You know what? That's the wrong one. I pulled the wrong one out. I'm thinking to myself, why is that facing the wrong way? They need to be facing each other. It's this one we're using. I always say, if anything's going to go wrong, it'll go wrong during a video. So I almost stamped the wrong bird. There we go. Finally got him inked up. And I just stamp him right there. This funny little birds. Okay. So we have them stamped. I wanted to stamp those first so the ink has time to completely dry and to settle into the paper before I start using the markers. Okay, so I have my Stampin' Up platform here. Oh, can I open that? Not my camera, maybe. And our card is oriented this way. So I am going to, how does that stamp? Oh, just like that. Okay, we're good. We're good. I'm putting one of my little magnets here. Put one of my little magnets down the other corner. Always keep them in opposite corners because if they get together, they're going to fight. I have these already lined up. And I need my Bermuda Bay ink. So let's see if I can open that up with one hand. I'll ink those stamps. Maybe. There we go. It looks like this bottom one moved. Let me move that a little bit. I'm looking at the grid and it didn't look quite straight. Okay. Here goes nothing. I'm going to close up the Bermuda Bay because that's a color that gets everywhere. Okay, so we've got the inside of our card stamped. I can put that aside. I'll clean this all up later. Get that out of here. That's a big thing. That platform. Okay, and then let's do all our little words. And I got them out. They're all piled up here. So, good one, Dad. And Dad, did you get a haircut? Will be done in the Bermuda Bay. I'll stamp those. These don't have to be real straight. I'm going to cut these out with the larger pair of scissors. And I'm gonna it's one of those things, I'm gonna try to get it cut straight, but if it's not cut straight, it's fine because this is kind of a wonky card anyway. Okay, and then there's the one. No, I got them all cut, and we're gonna do that one in Calypso Coral. And I'll just put that one over here somewhere. Oh, that's good. And these inks are done. We don't need those inks anymore. Alright, now I'm going to cut my... No, I'm not going to cut my birds. I'm going to color my birds. I'm going to start out with my light Daffodil Delight and the painterly type pen side. And that's something on here. Let me scribble that out a little bit. I don't know what got on there. Maybe a little bit of the Tuxedo black from when I was coloring it in. And I'm just going to lay down with my light Daffodil Delight all on the belly of these birds. Okay, we'll do this one also. And yes, I know I just went outside the lines a little bit. That's okay though, we're going to fussy cut it. And just working as quickly as I can here. Okay, then we'll go back. Keep this handy because we're going to use it again shortly. I'll go back with the dark. And I'm just going to go just along the edges, all along the edge here of these birds. That will just help to give it a little bit of a rounded look. And then just anywhere there's a little shading on there, I'm going to add it to that part also. So all on this bird's little bottom there. And then just around the wings a little bit for shadowing. And now, while this is still wet, I'm going to go back with my light Daffodil Delight. And just all around along the edges of those. This is where the blending part comes in. Everywhere that I put the dark, I'm just going to kind of just scribble. And that blends in then. And I don't even know if you can see this, but there is a difference. And if you look on the back here, you see that it's bled through to the back. It's supposed to do that. If it did that to you, then you're doing it right. Okay, so do the same with the daddy bird, just all around the edges here, and anywhere that there is these little line strokes showing that it's shaded around the wings. I'm going to put some under his eyes too, because dad birds need a little bag under the eyes and just underneath the beak. And back to the Daffodil Delight light. And just blend that in. If you've never used blender pens, don't be afraid of them. Because as you can see, you can keep it very simple. You have a light color and a darker color. You can just use two colors and blend. Some people, and I do it too, when I'm doing it just for recreation. But I'll use use 3 or 4 shades of the same color, or sometimes even different colors playing around. Okay, and blend those. But 2 are sufficient for this. Okay, let's do Daddy Bird's beak next. And I'll use the light pumpkin pie. Right, that's what I'm, yeah, light pumpkin pie. And then just along the edges here, we just put just a little bit, just using the very point of this, and then down the bottom part of his beak. And we go back to the light, and we'll just all along this top edge here, where I put the dark, I'll blend that in a little bit. And then we're just using a straight Bermuda Bay dark for the rest of their feathers. And I even added a little bit of that just along these top feathers. Okay, so just straight coloring in. And then these guys will be ready to fussy cut. So I do have a couple of tips for fussy cutting. That I want to share with you. You may know them already, but it doesn't hurt to repeat them. Some people don't know. There are beginners out there. Okay, so that's all colored in. My first tip about fussy cutting is just take a regular pair of scissors and trim off a lot of this excess paper. This will make the fussy cutting part go a lot faster. Okay, my second fussy cutting tip. Now I'm going to switch to my little scissors. Small sharp scissors are very helpful for fussy cutting. Something big like this, these are more suited for cutting straight lines. These little ones, because they're so little, are good for curvy. And I'll cut around his feathers here just to demonstrate my second tip. And as you're cutting, turn the paper. You see I'm doing that? I hope I'm staying on camera here. Turn the paper. And I'm not going right along the outside edge of him. I'm just outside the edge. So turn the paper. And I'm not going to make you watch me cut out both of these birds all the way, but I just wanted to share those two little tips with you. So I'm going to stop my video right now, and I'm going to fussy cut these birds, and then we can come back and put the card together. Okay, I'm back, and I've got my birds all fussy cut out. I also cut out the little sentiments, and you'll be happy to know I put all the dimensionals on the back already, so you don't have to watch that. And I realized I didn't have my lights on for the entire first half of the video, so I've got those on now. So remember, little scissors, fussy cutting. Bigger scissors are for straight cuts. And I cut these out. I cut these out just a little wonky. You see, I purposely cut them wonky so you'll be able to see that if you don't cut very straight or whatever, it's not going to make a big difference on this card because it's a wonky card anyway. So let's put down our bits on the front here, and we're going to have this go like this on the card front. So I'll take my Tombow and put that on the back of the Bermuda Bay piece. We're almost finished with the card. You realize that? And I'm going to put that right on the front here. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be within the card base. And then we'll take our other piece. See, this is the back side. This is cool too. This whole card pack is like black and white. And then I'm going to put this one at a wonky angle that way. There we go. And we can start to peel in. You notice I used up some of my edge pieces on my Stampin Dimensionals. Don't throw those away. Don't ever throw those away. Keep those because those are perfectly good little sticky things. Alright, I'm going to put this bird over here. I'm going to try to kind of keep them straight up and down. It's a little hard to see on this card because everything going all at wonky angles. But just do the best you can. If you're a little bit off, well, like I said, it's a wonky card anyway. And this bird over here. There we go. And now we can put our little quotes on here. A little dimension. See, look at that. That's one of the edge strips. And we'll put that. There we go. Dad, did you get a haircut? And put this one down. No, I got them all cut. And last one. Good one, Dad. So that's it. Our card's finished. Hooray! So if you've liked this card, this video, then be sure to hit that like button down below. If there are any items you'd like to purchase from Stampin' Up, then you can do that either through my Facebook page or my website, or my blog. Excuse me. Still getting used to having a blog, not a website. You can do that through my blog or my Facebook page. If you'd like to see more of my videos, then be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. And one more thing I wanted to tell you. The alcohol markers, Stampin' Up's coming out with new colors in those too. They're going to add to the colors, which is something that when they first came out with them and I tried them out and I liked them, I said, oh, I hope they get more, because this is so limited what they the ones they came out with. And it's great because then you're assured that your alcohol markers are going to match the Stampin' Up papers and inks and everything. So everything that I've used today, that will be listed down below. And y'all take care, stay safe, and happy stampin'.